Hello, my name is Malini Sims, and I am a principal planner with the town of Oro Valley. In this video, I'm going to discuss demographics and housing and their importance to Oro Valley's future. Over the past 10 years, Oro Valley's population increased by 18% to 48,226 people. Based on the remaining amount of buildable land and zoning, Oro Valley is projected to reach maximum capacity of 55,850 people in the next 20 years. Racial and ethnic minority groups substantially contributed to the town's population growth between 2010 and 2020. The community is expected to continue to see more diversity throughout the next 10 years. To support the projected population, the demand for housing through 2040 totals approximately 3,100 units, or an average of 171 units per year. Without any annexations or rezonings, the town projects roughly 3,107 units remain to be built. Housing has always been the driver of development. Most of the homes in Oro Valley were built between 1980 and 2010. Oro Valley is mostly single-family residential and has a high ownership rate. Oro Valley has one of the highest median household incomes in the region. However, like the rest of the country, the prices of housing across all types has increased dramatically over the past 5 years. In all of 2022, only 66 homes, or less than 1%, were sold at a price Oro Valley residents earning the median household income could afford. In fact, household incomes required to afford a new home in Oro Valley start at $123,000. Average apartment rents peaked in 2022 to an average of $1,466. Income qualifications to rent in Oro Valley is now $58,000. The only affordable housing type in Oro Valley is manufactured housing, which is limited to one area of the town. The housing affordability gap, or shortage of units needed to provide affordable housing across all of Oro Valley's demographic segments, is 4,561 units, or approximately 22% of total households. Additionally, Oro Valley residents are highly educated, which is important to attract employers to the town. Yet, with a median age of 55.4, Oro Valley labor force is low. When combined with a decrease in the average people per household and households with minor children, the town has a slightly lower percentage of family households than it did 10 years ago. Additionally, the number of people 65 and over living alone has increased 3% in the past 10 years. It appears that the labor force may not be keeping up with the demand for services created by the population. Providing attainable housing is one barrier to recruiting and retaining employees. This includes police, firefighters, teachers, and nurses who provide essential services to Oro Valley residents. Housing prices and rents in Oro Valley are likely beyond the reach of many working families. This is also a concern for employers and business owners in Oro Valley. Another important component about housing is its relationship to retail and restaurant development. We often hear from residents a want for more retail and restaurants within the town. It is also noticeable that retaining current retail has been a challenge in Oro Valley. As the saying goes, retail follows rooftops, and Oro Valley has an abundance of vacant commercial space relative to the amount of existing and remaining rooftops. In fact, the north side of Oro Valley, known as Rancho Vistoso, has 38% less homes than originally planned. This means there is roughly 12,000 less people living there to support the commercial areas on that side of town. Looking ahead, the community will need to plan for maintenance of aging homes to keep well-designed and attractive neighborhoods. The number of projected housing units will support the projected population growth, but the need for attainable housing to support Oro Valley's residents and workforce is apparent. As the population continues to age and more older adults are living alone, the need for a labor force to provide essential services will increase. Yet the housing mix in Oro Valley may, in effect, restrict much of the workforce, especially renters, from living in the community. Historical development patterns of single-family homes will not address Oro Valley's housing issues. In the future, Oro Valley should consider supporting a larger variety of housing options. We recently surveyed residents and heard the majority did not want any 4 to 5 story apartment complexes in Oro Valley. However, low-rise, high-density options such as townhomes or duplexes were perceived favorably, and folks agreed that these can blend in with the character of the surrounding area. On a per-acre basis, the potential for new retail development and town revenues from residential projects overwhelmingly favor higher density development. Considering high density and key locations near major roadways, retail centers, and services will not only provide additional housing options for the working families, but also has the potential to support new retail and restaurants in Oro Valley's future. This is an important conversation for the community to have and starts with the general plan process. I hope this video helps shape the community's vision, goals, and policies for housing. You can read the town's recent housing study, including survey responses from businesses and residents, and join the discussion about Oro Valley's future online.